What is going on, guys? DBG here. Today we're gonna be doing another tier list video. Obviously this video is coming out super late, lads, because, well, honestly, it's coming out late because it's, well, late. It's late. I couldn't record this video earlier today. I just had a really busy day. I was working for quite a while and then just kind of had a midday nap and overslept. So yeah, we also want to put this video out, get this video out before Saturday, because I've got some other videos to upload on Saturday. So now we're going to get onto it. So this is the primary center position. This is probably going to be shorter than our tier list anyway. I reckon it's probably going to be like, he's the final leak, I think, is coming out soon enough. So I do think that it's going to be a bit shorter. So Alonso Mourning, it's good. Alonso Mourning stats wise is not terrible. Like, he's honestly not. Like, he's really not good. Like if we look at Zoe, like Zoe is see if I can get this on screen right here. Alonso Mourning, like, if we look at his stats, like 85 speed, actually solid defensive stats, solid dunk. Problem is that he comes a set shot 17 on normal timing, which isn't great, and he's undersized at 6'10". But he is, like, he's probably actually, with these cards, he might even be C tier. Alvin Adams is so bad. He's so bad, lads. I'm sorry, he is shockingly bad. He is like the level of bad he is probably, for anyone who watches soccer, it's about how Leeds are playing right now. My God, lads. Bielsa did not deserve this. Actually, you know what? Bielsa probably did. Bielsa deserves to go out a hero and not have to deal with this. Oh my God. But yeah, he's bad. Andrea Bargnani's gonna go D tier. He can shoot the ball. That's about it. He's not very good. Like, the primary center position is so top heavy. Like, I'm not even joking. I think I'm moving both of these guys up a tier. I think C tier is like legit for these. Like, it is so top heavy. Like, there are so many just bad centers in this game. Like, there are legit, like, there are so many really bad ones. Like, freaking D-Rob from November is going A tier. It's mad. Like, in terms of the longevity of players, D-Rob and Clay both came out at the same time on the 5th of November, and they are two of, like, D-Rob and Clay, two of, like, the most cards have the most longevity. Bogut, Bogut's speed's bad, but I mean, he comes with like interceptor. He has a decent release. He can hit the corner three, and he'll get boards. Like, he's not a very good card. He's D tier. Gilmore, I think Gilmore's a little worse than Gilmore's slightly better than Bogut. Bigger player build. Gilmore's player build is huge. Like, I would be super happy to use Gilmore in if he came out with, like, I would be super happy if he came out like with the 1970 set, because it's player build, but it's looking like it's gonna be Kazi, which is fine. But Gilmore is a good dunker, he'll be good in the post. Post game's kind of worthless. He's got great defense. He's got to shoot. Arvydas Sabonis, I think we're gonna go B tier for Arvydas Sabonis at this stage. I think he is kind of lacking in terms of his speed. I think as time's gone on, he really is not like that dude anymore, but he's still pretty good. Like when we're talking about Big Zajunas Ilgaskis, like, he's just the worst version of him. Bam, you know what, Bam and B tier as well. B for Bam, B for tier. Bam is fast. I don't mind his release. Some people hate it. He's got kind of a lack, as far as I'm aware, he's got like a lack of shooting badges. Like, it's not like he's the greatest player in the world. He's undersized. He's better at power forward, but like, Bam's not terrible. Ben Wallace. You know, the scary thing is that we kind of have to put Ben Wallace in D tier. I'm going to put my worthless tier players in. Screw it, I'm going to put my worthless tier players in now. It's only going to be like a 20-25 minute max tier list. I'm not going too long on this. My first worthless tier player is Jakob Pertl. He's so bad. He's legitimately a trash can. He's so bad. And honestly, just because of the way it is, I'm also putting Ewing in worthless tier. Like, you guys, if you guys know anything about me, you guys know the only reason why Ewing is ever on tier lists for me. The only reason you will ever see Patrick Ewing on a tier list for me is if he's going into Worthless tier. That's the only reason you will ever see Ewing on a tier list. Worthless tier as well. This might be it. I think considering how just bad the center position is, I got some guys I'm going to put into like E tier that are bad, but I think Worthless tier is going to be Pirtle, who's awful. And then Patrick Ewing, I think that might be it. I really do. Yeah, it's going to be it for Worthless. Oh no, Big Country. Wow, yeah, Big Country stinks. Big Country is a terrible player in this game. That's all I just have to say. Alright, like new leaks are coming out. Well, not even new leaks. New things are coming out in 10 minutes. So you'll probably see me an initial reaction to whatever like the final card is for these packs. But yeah, so then we are gonna go with Bill Russell. Bill Russell's B tier. He's better than these guys. He actually plays okay defense. His jumper is not great, but he will hit when he's open. Got some good shooting badges, and he's an all-around good defender. Yeah, I think he's a better Alonzo Mourning. Bill Walton's going to get a D tier. He's not as bad as people say. Like, his player model's alright, even though he isn't that tall. He'll play lanes. He'll hit wide open jump shots, especially from the corners. And he can kind of move him past the ball. Like, he's not bad in the slightest. Bob McAdoo. Bob McAdoo's better than all these guys. I think I'm going to put him A. I think I'm going to put Bob McAdoo A tier. Like, if you can hit with him in the corner, which is a big if. Like, which is like a big if. That's the thing with Bob McAdoo, is that like he's got set base 5, which is such a good release. The problem is that like he's got 65 rated 3 ball, and sometimes people can hit with him, other times people can't. So I don't really know how I feel about that, but I think just his defense, his movement, how fast he is, like 92 speed in the center is crazy. I'm going to put him in that tier. Bobby Portis, he's not great, but he can shoot. Screw it. Bobby Portis is going to go C tier. Bobby Portis isn't that bad. A little bit undersized. Can be ran a power forward. He's not actually even that bad at that position. He's alright. Brooke Lopez is going to go B tier. Lopez is a 7-footer who will play good interior defense and will hit jump shots. Like, does he do much more than that? No. But is he needed to do much more than that? Also, in general, not really. Like, if you're able to slow the pace down, he's actually a really good center. The problem is against 70 speed, when most people are able to speed you up, is not great. Birdman, getting the B tier. Birdman has a lack of badges, but Birdman's actually a solid card. I would still be able to say I could get away with using Birdman definitely in clutch time. Definitely in clutch time, because there's no SPMM. Even playing against high rated teams, I think I could survive with Birdman. I do not think, however, I could survive with Birdman in high bracket SPMM anymore. Chuck Nevitt. Chuck Nevitt's gonna go E tier. No, you know what? I gotta put Chuck Nevitt in D tier purely for the fact that he's 7'5". He's terrible. Like he's absolutely terrible. Like, I think we all kind of know that like some of these big guys are awful, but like he's way worse than Taco. Sorry, like Taco is legitimately so much better. I know you guys might be thinking I'm lying, but I'm not. Like, Taco is so much better than Chuck Nevitt. Like, Taco, I'm just going to put Taco straight away. Taco's going to go C tier. He can still mash people, and like he's got like 45 speed, which doesn't seem like much, but I mean, for a 7'6" guy with how long his player build is, it's not that bad. I'm just putting it out there. Taco's an inch taller this year. His release is equally as Jake. When they give Taco, if they give Taco Shifty, he's gonna be just God. No, I'm sorry, like this is gonna be Taco's year again, unless they juice up freaking Simvular again. But Clint Capella, I don't rate Capella. A lot of people do. I think Capella is very similar to like an Artist Gilmore, except smaller. I think he's gonna go that tier. Let's try to find someone for E tier. Mitchell Robinson's gonna go E tier. You see, he actually is somewhat effective. Rick Mahorn is gonna go E tier. Like, Mitchell Robinson's somewhat effective. He's got 55 speed, which is just awful. I actually want Mo Bamba in E tier. I don't think he's very good. I think he gets eaten alive in the post. He doesn't rebound well. He gets bullied. His jump shot, for some reason, is just weird. I just really don't like it. Yeah, I just surprisingly don't like this. Is the first year I've said like I genuinely hate Mo Bamba. I obviously love Mo Bamba in 2K19. Like Mo Bamba was again part of the Holy Trinity of Rubies with Taco Fall, or not Taco Fall, with Thon Maker and Jonathan Isaac, with obviously Thurl Bailey as kind of the fourth person who would be like some people would have subbed in Thurl Bailey, but those three were the Holy Trinity of Rubies. I even thought in 2K20 his Amethyst was really, really good. I didn't like Mo Bamba last year. His Dime was okay though. And his Opal was one of the most underrated, or his Dark Matter was one of the most underrated cards in the game because it came out on the same day as Gauntlet Spotlight Sims and nobody cared about it. But yeah, this year Mo Bamba's just not it. Maybe with his release on quicker, very quickly better, but he's just not it. I think Camby, out of Gilmore, Capella, Bogut and stuff, I think Camby's the worst. I don't like Camby at all. Like, I would give me Bill Walton and Chuck Nevitt. Heck, give me Ben Wallace over Marcus Camby. Ben Wallace is at least faster. Maybe that's being harsh on Camby, but I really don't like that card. Anyone else coming to E tier? Not Vus. Oh, Vlade Divac. Vlade Divac stinks. He's really, really bad. Like, as much as, like, I don't like some of these guys, but, like, he's legit bad. I'm going to put, right beside Chuck Nevitt, I'm going to put Ha-Sung Jin. I think Ha-Sung Jin, it kind of belongs there. Ha-Sung Jin's big, man. And he's got a huge player build. It's not even this height. It's the fact his player build makes him feel about 7'6". He's also got, like, 60 speed. And he's not even the worst 3-point shooter in the world. Like, Ha-Sung, anytime there's, like, rubies or lowers, people always try to find some shooters. And I just literally just back down Punisher, Ha-Sung Jin, paint, mash, and score. Like, I might even, like, if it wasn't for the fact that it's like Sapphires and lower, where I'll just use like Sojourner Silgauskas for limited, I would have just ran Ha-Sung Jin if I was playing limited. And yeah, that seems to be it for kind of lower, like the real lower tiers. Dave Cowens. Again, I don't rate Dave Cowens as highly as someone like Ty does. I think his defensive stats are good. I think his shooting is very, very weak. I think there's a lot of things he doesn't do well, especially with his height, but he's a solid defender. Like, you could maybe argue him over Bob McAdoo. I prefer McAdoo. Because McAdoo's just a lot faster and a lot better on defense. David Robinson, the first no-brainer A-tier inclusion. He was the best center in my team for 2 months. Like, I think until Kristaps Porzingis came out. He came out the 5th of November, and until Kristaps Porzingis came out in the game on the 21st of January, he was the best center in the game. And like, that was 2.5 months. Like, I don't think we will ever see a card being the best at their position for 2.5 months in 2K. And it wasn't even like, there was no debate. There wasn't even a debate. It was D-Rob and D-Rob. It was D-Rob's world. Like, he was the guy. And then obviously when Kristaps came out on the same day, we saw playoff push DeAndre Ayton, so a lot of people like that card as well. But no, like, D-Rob was out on his own until Kristaps came out. And people still argue D-Rob over Kristaps. It was only until Embiid came out and people were like, okay, yeah, Embiid is just literally D-Rob but better, that people started to say D-Rob was officially not the best number one center. Obviously he's not anymore, but still crazy good. This David Robinson S, like, in my opinion, I rated him. Like, did I put him number one card in the game? Pretty sure I did put him as the number one card in the game, and I think Cedric is number one right now, but I stood by it at the time. And I still stand by my decision. I think he's number 2 behind Cedric. Ayton. A tier. Boogie looks like he's going to be a demon. Boogie does not exist. So Boogie can't be used yet because I don't have the card. I'm not going to put a card in the tier list I've never used. I just put him in by mistake. Boogie is going to be a freaking god though. Dwight S. Dwight, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic player. His movement is pretty good, especially on the defensive end. He can hit wide open. He's got a huge player build. Dwight is absolutely fantastic. There's a reason why you saw an awful lot of people running him at 250. There's a reason why you saw a ton of people running him at 250. Ooh. My S tier is going to be very, very tough. Myken. I'm going to B tier for Myken at this stage. Myken's resale, so I'm going to move some guys down to C tier. I don't like Bam. I don't like. You might say, "Oh, Bill Russell's good." Like, I don't really like Bill Russell. I think Bill Russell belongs more probably in C tier. If you want to argue Bill Russell over Mikan, that's fine. I much prefer Mikan. Mikan's a really good shooter for me. Odin's going to go high B. I really like Odin. I'm going to move you down to B as well. But Odin is someone that I find to be exceptional. I think his defense is really good. I think when you even look at stats-wise, him compared to Dwight Howard, outside of like the ball handle, fundamental dribble style, they're actually quite similar stats-wise. They're very similar jump shot. And they have a very, very similar defensive stats, very similar player builds. Odin's one of the most slept-on players in the game. Like Odin could go low A. Odin could go low A. Hakeem's going to go low A for me now. He is going to go low A. Again, the guy is a brilliant center. He was out even in November and he still more than holds his own. This Hakeem Olajuwon though is S tier. Again, I'm not that big a fan. I don't know how I feel about Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, I prefer DeAndre Ayton and D-Rob to Hakeem. And I also prefer these two other guys to Hakeem. Like, it's a tough one. Like, this set, because I only have 5 per tier. Like, it is so tough. It is actually so tough to choose a 5. Like, Hakeem's still there, Embiid's still there, Karl Malone's still there, and Kristaps is still there for a few spots. Oh. Like, Dark Matter Lemicki coming. Dark Matter Lemicki, lads. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna move Hakeem down. I move this Hakeem down. Jared Allen. I think I'm gonna have to go A tier for Jared Allen, aren't I? And Jared Allen is pretty good. He is a pretty good center. Definitely would be better than a power forward, but he is still pretty good. Joel Embiid. I'm gonna have to put Joel Embiid in A tier. I love Joel Embiid. Like, this is a tough one. Like, give me Joel Embiid over Hakeem Olajuwon. Give me Joel Embiid over Hakeem Olajuwon. Like, that is a crazy statement. I think it might be a crazy statement for some people, but I prefer Embiid. That's a really close one. It's a really close one. Karl Anthony Towns A as well. Like, we're going a lot of A tier players in a row because Karl Malone's got to be S. Like, I know he plays a power forward, but Karl Malone's got to be S tier. He's so good. Like, screw it. Dwight Howard, you're coming down. Hakeem Olajuwon's going up. Hakeem's going up. The reason for that is I cannot not put Kristaps Porzingis in S tier. Oh, like, it's between Embiid, Dwight, and Yao for that last S tier spot. And I don't know what to do. Lads. Like, they're all pretty good cards. Hakeem, Yao, and it's a tough one because Kristaps is 7'3", can move, can shoot. I really like Kristaps. I think I prefer Kristaps to these guys. Like, this is going to be the toughest S versus A tier. This is going to be a really tough S versus A tier. Kevin McHale. At this stage in the game, he's B tier. He's definitely B tier. Like, his shooting's a little bit off. Although stats and badges wise, he's pretty good. His shooting is a little bit off. This Marc Gasol is going to go C tier. Look, I think for his time he was good, but he's back when he came out. The steal stat mattered more than it does now. Basically, when he came out, if you had like a low steal rating, you couldn't catch the ball on steals. Like, if you were trying to intercept somebody, you would not catch the ball. And Marc Gasol had a high steal rating, which was huge in the game. But they kind of made that less important with patches. And look, I compared him to D-Rob at one stage. Is he as good as D-Rob? Of course not. But yeah, he's just kind of solid. And this Marc Gasol, he's going to go low A tier. He's not bad. He's really not bad. Like, if you're asking me who's better, him or David Robinson, I don't know. If you're asking me who's better, him or DeAndre Ayton, I don't know. But if you're asking, or even Jared Allen, if you're asking me, is he worth 750 tokens? The answer for me is no. But he's not a bad center. I really don't think he's a bad center. I think his jump shot's pretty okay. I think he's the worst version of Hakeem Olajuwon. I think he's quite similar to Hakeem, but he's just the worst version. Yao Ming. Yao Ming is in that S tier debate. And so is Will Chamberlain. So is Will Chamberlain, lads, for that last spot in S tier. I think these four are my guys. I think we take both gens into account. I think D-Rob, Karl Malone, Hakeem, and Porzingis are my 4 guys. Like, it's such a big gap. I'm going to completely restructure this whole tier list. You're going to go down. You're going to go down. You're going to go down. You 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 go down. You. You, and you go down, and you go down, you go down, you go down, you go down. Okay, that looks better now. That looks better now. I think you go down as well. Yeah, that looks better now. These tiers look a lot better now. So now at least these A tier guys, you're like, okay, yeah, these guys are all somewhat similar tier. Yeah, that looks better. Moses Malone, C. He's not great. Not bad though. He can still kind of move and he'll hit wide open. Thurman's gonna go same tier. Thurman's got that big player build though. It's the big thing with Thurman. Not a great card, but really big player build. And I mean, he had his time. Like, Nate Thurman had his time where he was one of the best centers in the game. So, I mean, it's very rare for a Nate Thurman card to ever be good in 2K. And like, it's kind of crazy. Although Thurman has had years where he's been good in 2K. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna put some of the lower tier guys in here. So again, we're gonna go for about 5 more minutes on this tier list. So Vus, I'm gonna put Vus in D tier. Look, he's not great, but is he better than Andrea Bargnani? I'm gonna put. He's at 80 speed as well. I'll go Vus C tier. He's better than Andrea Bargnani. This Shaquille O'Neal, I don't like. I'm gonna put him in C tier. If you guys want to put him higher, that's fine. But this Shaq, I'm gonna go A tier for him. Like, he's the best at what he does. He's got that big player build. It's just, for me, I think this Shaq on the same level as D-Rob is blasphemy. It is blasphemy. And I do think Odin is just better in every single way than this Shaq. But this Shaq right here, he's just such a big body. He'll hit when he's wide open. He actually doesn't have as bad a stamina issue. It's a really good card. Gobert. I'm going to go Gobert in C tier because I think Gobert is... No, Gobert is going to go D tier. If I've got Artis Gilmore in there, I got to put Gobert in D tier. They're very, very similar cards. I'm going to put Steven Adams in D tier as well. Again, the guy doesn't play much offense, but I do really like Steven Adams' defense. I think his defense is good. His rebounding is really good. His blocking is good. I think he's an overall good card. And then we're going to put this Jokic might be one of the toughest players to put. Like, he's either near the top of A, a B, or in as a lower player in A. So we'll go top of B for Jokic. I don't think he's a bad card. I think because we got Jared Allen in here, because we got Ayton, like, he would have been like, when we had all those guys in A tier, he would have had to have been an A tier player. But I think now I'm gonna go B tier for him. And one guy that's going into A tier that might surprise everybody is Zydrunas Ilgauskas. The reason why for me Zydrunas Ilgauskas has to go into A tier is that I just think he can be so effective. Like, he is, comparing him to a Yao Ming, like, is Yao better than him in most scenarios? In a lot of scenarios, yes, but he's somebody that can compete with Yao, and he can play bully ball like it. Whereas Porzingis is a shooter that can compete with Yao and is a little bit faster. Porzingis can't play bully ball. So if you're coming up against, say, basically another kind of undersized center like a Maurice Lucas, Porzingis can't bully them like Yao can bully them. Whereas Ilgauskas can play bully ball. He can physically match up to a Yao, but he just doesn't have his speed is similar to a Yao than a Porzingis. So I actually think that Zydrunas Ilgauskas is one of the most underrated cards in the game. Like, we saw in 250, a couple of guys used him really effectively, and he just bullied guys. So I just think Zydrunas Ilgauskas is one of the most underrated players in the game, especially for a free card. Robert Parrish, he's like B tier. I know he's a 98 overall, but he's just not great, is he? Like, he's like, imagine Hakeem, but he can't shoot. Precious Achiuwa. I think Precious Achiuwa is beat, like, no, if I've got, I think he's at that Bam Adebayo level. Like, C tier is actually not even that bad. It's like D tier and lower are pretty rough. Like, some of these guys in C tier are okay, to be honest. Like, Mike is still okay. Vus is okay. Anderson's okay. Bill Russell's okay. Like, Precious Drew is good. Cowens is good. But yeah, how did Brook Lopez keep a spot in B tier right there? Yeah, you go down. Willie Cauley-Stein, if he did not have a 28 steal, if he literally did not have the lowest steal rating for a center in this game, despite the fact that it's a meant to be an upgraded card of a dude who averages more steals than blocks, and he has a 97 block. If he did not have a 28 steal, he'd be in B tier. Wang Zhizhi. Now, Wang Zhizhi is literally just Brook Lopez. Wang Zhizhi is literally just Brook Lopez, lads. I'm sorry, like, if wherever I have Lopez, I gotta put Wang Zhizhi. Like, he's a shooter. He's a 7-foot tall shooter that is not very fast and will play interior defense but not the perimeter. I know Wang Zhiji's a little bit faster, but screw it. Wang Zhizhi, you got B tier, slightly better than Brook Lopez. And now is the debate. Who do we put in S tier, lads? All of these guys. Honestly, I think you could make an argument for every one of these guys, and I will make an argument. Shaq, biggest body, sets the best screen, best offensive rebounder. Ilgauskas is a more versatile Yao Ming type player who does not have some of the flaws that Yao Ming has in terms of shooting for a lot of people. I know some people can shoot with Yao, not everyone can. Karl Anthony Towns can play at that power forward position with a really decent jump shot and really effective in the tall ball lineup. Dwight Howard, the best defensive player of all of these, can play at the 4, can play at the 5, and has a pretty good release, so you can't hit in the corners with him. Joel Embiid, the best shooting of these centers, the best offensive of these centers, and he's not a bad defender. Will Chamberlain, best player building the game, super fast, is probably the best player in the game at dealing with Yao, and if you are really good with release or splash, you can shoot with him. Yao Ming, he's just a cheese ball. He's Yao Ming. So, I've made my decision. And my decision is the final S tier spot is Dunktober freaking Jokic, lads. I think there's a reason you could argue all the others, so I'm putting Dunktober Jokic in S tier, lads. Do not worry, we've got Dunktober Jokic in S tier. I'm not budging on D-Rob, I'm not budging on Karl Malone, I'm not budging on Akeem or Kristaps, but Dunktober freaking Jokic is taking the last spot in S tier. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That is the tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.